There goes Daniel Jones. Touchdown, Giants.
Here comes Allen. Looking long. Throws to the end zone. And the ball is caught. Oh, look at the Cowboys, a little trickery. Wilson's going back to Prescott. And it works. What a play for the touchdown.
Mahomes stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown to Edwards-Helaire.
That was like a peck. Not as
Having a good game.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
This is WHPC Sports Talk.
Ah, man. End of the NFL playoffs. Super Bowl last night. That was some game, wasn't it? That was Chiefs, Eagles, Mahomes, Hurts, Sirianni, Reed. It lived up to the billing. Eric Williams, the Cowboys fans hyped up. Ross is even clapping at the Giants fans.
Yes,
Y'all love seeing the Eagles downfall, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't feel the
as
least
much as
sorry.
they love to see us down. Oh, come on.
Oh,
Come
man.
on. James Bradbury masterclass. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Kadarius Toney, remembering where he came from. He remembered his roots.
Yeah, I had like 3 Giants fans in the room, and they were all like, he used to play for the Giants. He used to play for the Giants.
Boy, if I was in that room, it would have been 4. I was jacking that all night.
How many games he played with y'all?
Yeah.
Like 7 total. Had to be. I give him 7 total.
Hey, it was only 7 games or around then, but he definitely remembered where he came from. He knew what to do when the Eagles came to town. So we'll get into all that came with Super Bowl 57. The Chiefs obviously coming out on top. But you are listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Brought up Ross, Eric, Franz, happy about the Eagles downfall last night. We also got Nico Weech in the building. How we doing?
I'm upset, man.
You are?
Yeah.
Tell him why you mad.
That was a stupid call.
Oh, man.
That is a stupid call.
Starting right away.
It's a stupid call.
But why was it a stupid call, though?
No, it's a good call, but that was happening all night long. You can't just make that call in the last 2 minutes of the game.
James said it was a fine call, so...
Yeah, James is kind of stupid. Okay?
I'm tagging along with James.
You know what? I showed Nico the commercial before we got on. Do you guys remember that commercial? It was a basketball commercial.
Oh, he didn't touch the ball. He's like, Coach, I touched the ball.
I touched the ball, Coach.
He went back he had the nerve to go back in the huddle talking about I touched the ball. And his teammates looking at him like, no. Like,
are you dumb? His coach is like, nah, guys, he's right.
Hey, here's what we're talking about, though, with James Bradbury. We're going to get into the call more, but this is what he had to say about that holding call.
I mean, I pulled the jersey, and called holding. I was hoping they would let it ride, but it was a hold.
I held him, Coach.
Yep.
I held him.
Sure did.
I mean, you're right. It was the right call to make, but I guess the argument people, and Nico, I'm sure, is going to say this, is like, at that point in the game, too, that's what you're going to decide the Super Bowl on. Because if you look at the time and score, a flag in that situation, a free set of downs, that's basically game over, and we saw it. Mm-hmm. They kicked a winning field goal with like 6 seconds left, so that was it for the Eagles.
Hey, this might be a long shot here, but I'm jacking. Even if KC kicks this field goal, they still win the game. I'm going to tell you why. Because second half, they put belt to cheeks. They beat Philly in that second half. So I'm going to just sit here and say KC's still taking it.
I mean, probably, but I still wanted to see Jalen Hurts one last drive.
Yeah, I feel Jalen Hurts balling.
That might be one of the greatest Super Bowl performances of all time.
If there's any more doubters after that game, at that point, they're just on him crazy.
He's the best quarterback in the NFC.
Oh, by far.
That's
and
for sure.
Even Mahomes said it in the post game. Like, if there's any question about Jalen Hurts, like, I had to go through hell and back on a bad ankle to just beat this guy and win by 3 points. So it was definitely one hell of a game. We got an early caller. Hopefully excited to talk about it. Caller, you are on WHPC Sports Talk. What's going on?
oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, man. You got the robots calling me. Yeah, let me let whatever that was go. 516-572-7440 if you want to actually join in on the conversation. feel free to.
Corey David, where you at?
yeah,
I need you to
know
call
what?
up because
Corey,
you are one of the most stupidest people I think I've ever talked to.
You know what? We should have put that in the vote.
I should have just told. I was gonna say, is he an Eagles fan?
He might thank you.
I don't even think he's a Giants fan.
Hey, Ross, it was crazy because listen, and Corey, if you're listening, please call up because I gotta talk to you, bro. Because there ain't no way he was like. And it's been all season long over the Eagles. They got Jalen Hurts, and he puts the fist up and everything. That's all good, but this man on our live show at the Irish Poet on Friday, he's talking about, it's going to be a blowout. The Chiefs have no chance. That pass rush, by the way, 0 sacks.
Hassan Reddick, baby. Hassan Reddick.
I'm glad you said that.
I'm going to say this. First of all, to talk about the 0 sacks, that obviously has something to do with Phil. You see how bad the field was. You couldn't get no edge rush. Both teams couldn't get no edge rush. But I'm going to say about Corey David, I've never seen a man really just will a team on bro, that's your rival. What are you talking about? They're this good. Their defense is this good. Bro, are you really praising your rival right now?
He likes to say he was a Terrell Owens fan. All right, so
he's a Dallas Cowboys fan. That's what he was.
He was a Cowboys fan too.
He was an Eagles fan. He was a 49ers fan. All that. Come on.
The same way LeBron fans follow LeBron around to the Cavs and the Heat and then the Cavs again and the Lakers. That's what Corey is with the NFC East, apparently.
That's not a fan. That's just not it.
It's a groupie.
Ross is over
That's a Players fan.
Ross is over here disgusted.
No,
It's for the streets for real. That.
It's strange.
That's crazy. I mean, to say I felt offended too because I had all the stats on the topic sheet. I'm telling you why this is going to be a close game. He's like, nope, blowout.
Yeah, just straight up no blowout.
So I don't know nothing, I guess. Okay.
Shame on you.
But Corey, we gotta have a word with you, bro. Please call up. But
he's scared. He don't want to call. He know he about to get thrown in the fire. He know he is.
I'll say a lot of things about Corey. I don't think he's scared.
He even got Ross taking shots in him.
Yeah.
Giants and Eagles fan. I don't get it.
Yeah, he's a Mets and Yankees fan too.
Oh, we're doing
Shameful.
this again.
I'll never get over that.
Yo, about the game though, one player I want to talk about is Isaiah Pacheco, bro.
Good.
If this man was running at me, I'd let him run past me. I'm sorry, I'm not even stepping in front of him to attempt to tackle that man, bro.
Yo, he runs like he got a job he really like and he's late to work.
Yo,
wait, why are you running so hard?
Bro, he runs so angry, bro. I'd be scared watching people trying to tackle him, bro. It's crazy. And somebody else who was balling too, Travis Kelce, of course. We knew this, though. It's every time he's on the field, nobody's around him. Literally, he's butt naked every trip.
It's crazy. And you would think the Eagles, and I know the defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, who you're going to hear that name a lot with what we got to talk about. You would think, obviously, Travis Kelce does a lot of his damage over the middle. There are two things you can't do when it comes to Travis Kelce. You got to protect the middle, like I just said, but you can't leave him one-on-one with a safety. Yeah. That's why he scored the first touchdown on a little, wheel route. That's inexcusable. That's how you open the game. That's your great game plan. You had 2 weeks to prepare. That's how you're going to play Travis Kelce? So when I saw that, I was concerned, but on the defensive end, because on the offensive end, we know Jalen Hurts. That's
Let me just say this. The Eagles went so far, they went and hired Vic Fangio for 2 weeks, and they said if he won, he would get a Super Bowl ring.
Well,
they did all that.
That didn't work out.
No.
Came close though, man. It was
Jalen Hurts, man. I want to keep the focus on him because, my word is generational, right? I try not to overuse it, but there are some times where it's warranted. Jalen Hurts put on a generational performance.
Yeah.
When you talk about, let me see if I have his stats here. Yeah. 27 to 38. He had 4 throwaways, so he was really 27 to 34. 304 yards, a touchdown passing. That's a great game if you're just talking about his passing stats, right? Let's look at the rushing stats. Let's go to the rushing stats. 15 rushes, 70 yards, 3 tutties. 3 of them on the Super Bowl stage, and you're thinking, obviously, this is the same guy that got benched in a national championship game, right, in college.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some questions. Last time we saw him in a big stage last year, he had that playoff game in Tampa. like Franz likes to say, belt to cheeks in that game. He had no chance. So you're looking at this Super Bowl. Obviously, he played well in the 2 playoff games beforehand, but it's the Super Bowl. You never know. It's in a neutral site. You got a lot of fans and a lot of stuff going on. Maybe you might be distracted by Rihanna. You don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. So there's all that, and then he just says, nope, I'm going to show you what I do. I'm going to have the best game of my career in the Super Bowl. That's what he did. It's crazy when you look at it. I'm trying to see, because I loaded a bunch of audio in here, what I want to play first.
He had the one big turnover, though.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Ross over here is a mind reader. I was just about to look for that.
One turnover.
That one. Played a flawless game except for this.
Hurts on a quarterback draw. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. Sitting on the turf. It's picked up by Bolton. No one in front of him is going to score.
Nick Sirianni, he stresses it's all about the ball. They're almost impossible to beat if they protect the ball.
Narrator.
All about the ball, bro.
He did not protect the ball. And it's crazy. It wasn't even a crazy strip sack or got knocked out of his hand. He just dropped it.
Yeah, he was moving like an NPC on that play. Straight up just dropped it. Looked at the ball like, remember when Cam looked at the ball? Kind of hesitated to dive in? Yeah. After that, Cam was never the same. This might be the same for Jalen Hurts.
No. Don't say that.
I mean, I would take it, but no.
Nah, but yo, I really do feel bad for Jalen. I want to see him win one, just not in the Eagles uniform. Like, if he goes to a different team, I'll root for him. But because he's an Eagle, nah.
Yeah, just ship him to, like, Tennessee or something.
Facts. I'll gladly cheer Jalen Hurts on. Not as
don't put him in the AFC.
Not as
don't do that.
Not as long as he's in the NFC.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Come on, man.
You wouldn't like
because then there's no competition in the NFC, and it's just going to be ass teams making the Super Bowl every year.
Yo, chill, bro.
It'll get better.
You know, you see who won Coach of the Year. We're not gonna be asked for long. Just keep laughing, bro. Like, keep laughing. I want you guys to keep laughing.
I'm not saying nothing.
It's about to get real scary.
Yeah.
It's about to get real scary.
It's going to get very scary.
They'll improve.
It's gonna get real scary.
It's going to be really scary.
Scary hours.
Bro,
Scary hours.
All right, bro. You know what? You just keep enjoying sunshine over there in Duval. Remember the Titans? Sunshine.
Yeah. Sunshine.
Yeah.
Ronnie Bass.
You keep enjoying sunshine.
I thought you were gonna come at him with the Aaron Rodgers darkness retreat that he's going.
That's his real team.
Bro, he's not even a Packers fan anymore, bro. He be bashing his organization too much, bro.
You really gonna switch up your team like that?
Nah, I don't know. It really they have to do something wild, to be honest.
Like what?
Trade J-Lo and keep Rodgers this year? That would be wild.
That'd be.
I would genuinely consider jumping ship.
But you know what? Aaron Rodgers has said he's not ruled it out. He's like, I could come back, I could retire, I could demand a trade.
I'm gonna put matters in my own hands if he comes back.
Yo, what does that mean?
You know what that means.
He partially owns.
I'm gonna be like OJ. It's over.
Yeah. I'm so surprised he's not canceled yet, bro. This man here.
OJ, you're so right.
No, you.
Hey.
And Nico, don't you partially own the Packers though?
I do.
Yeah.
Partially owns the Packers.
The community owns the Packers.
I gotta sell the Packers, man.
Gotta sell the Packers. You know what? We got 2 Giants fans in the house. I did want to get to this. Eric put me onto this sound from earlier in the day. This is Juju Smith-Schuster on former Giants having an impact in the Super Bowl and how he feels about the Giants letting Kadarius Toney go.
Bro, that boy got here. I don't know what the Giants was doing with KT, but bro, he's a dog. And Veach and Andy Reid, bro, they know how to pick and choose who to go get and fit for this puzzle of this team.
He said he didn't know what y'all was doing. How do you let this man walk?
First off, I would like to tell Juju shut up, because when we look at KT's time in Kansas City, his hammies are still like, he has the hammies of a 95-year-old or quads, whatever was hurting him.
Hamstrings.
Yeah, like
both hamstrings.
He's a bot. And that little route he did where he caught his only touchdown, I could have did that. Darius Slay turned his head all the way to the other side of the field and just completely forgot about KT. He was butt naked wide open. You see Sky Moore did it as well. What are you? Okay, all he had was the freaking punt return. That's it. I mean, it did set them up pretty good. Get out of here. This man not a dog. I'm hating. I'm a KT hater, bro. If he was a dog, he would have never did us how he did us.
I'm not mad that we let him go. We weren't winning a Super Bowl with him on the field, so it doesn't. We lost 38-7. Would he have made any difference?
38-10, maybe.
But Ross, what
are you talking about?
Ross, we're not gonna forget about that game he had against Dallas, like his biggest game as a Giant. If we just found a way, like, I don't know if he was beefing with coach or whatever, but I feel like he definitely could have contributed. He could have been a dog if he was in the blue and white uniform. But because he's not in the blue and white uniform, he's not a dog no more. I'm sorry, I'm a hater.
He's not healthy. He wasn't healthy with us.
He was lying. He was lying.
He's not Dable and Shane's guy. I don't care how great he is. It's not their people. And listen, we were fine without him. We made the playoffs much more than what anybody else expected.
Listen,
we won a playoff game. Who would have thought that?
I don't want to hear that, bro. Not all 53 men are gonna be their guys, so they better figure it out. Because we just let up KT, and I feel like he could have been a great part of an offense. I feel like he could have. It's just the fact now he's not in blue and white, so now I gotta hate.
I don't think he had the right mentality with the Giants.
Juju's just talking, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Juju's talking. I'm sick and tired of it.
Did you see what he wore?
Yes, he wore a freaking kilt, right?
That was crazy.
What it's called?
Yeah.
Oh, he looked like Roddy Piper, bro. Like,
Listen,
either way,
I'm tired of Juju.
Juju's a character, man. Because if he's not TikToking on the, he knew he couldn't TikTok on the Super Bowl logo before.
Facts, bro.
That wasn't gonna slide. He was just, I got.
He's probably gonna slip.
Yeah,
right.
Last time he TikTok, he got smoked, bro. They spliffed him. Who boomed him on the field? I forgot, bro.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. After that, he never TikToked.
That was my guy, my New Orleans guy, Von Bell.
Oh yeah, bro.
TikTok on our logo? Hold up.
He was never the same after that.
Nah, he wasn't.
So
Corvette. Wasn't that?
What a time.
Hey, what I want to get back to is the ref conversation, because I feel like this could be really good. So here's what. Actually, let me start with this. Here's how the holding call sounded on that Mahomes to Smith-Schuster, Boo-Boo Schuster play.
Mahomes, pressure, lofting one, end zone incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster couldn't catch up. There's a flag at the 10. Hang on, there's a penalty.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 24, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic.
See, Nico Ross approves.
Well, I approve.
It's a good call, but that's a terrible time to call.
But hold up, if it's the right call, then it shouldn't matter what time in the game it comes.
I'm guaranteeing you, Josh, that's happening on every pass play last night.
I agree, and he wouldn't have caught that ball.
He would not even close.
No,
to that.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to figure out earlier. Like, was Mahomes just because it was a terrible throw? If he was really trying to get it to Juju, he must have saw the holding and was like, "Let me throw the ball his way. Let me force the call."
That's a hell of a bet to do, though. That's
Hey, he's
Mahomes. That's not a hold to the naked eye. That
right.
That's.
I mean, yeah. Watching it live,
it just looks like every other pass play. So
I'm gonna be honest. Watching it live, I was like, okay, good coverage. He just bad throw, but replay, he definitely was held him once, flagged down, held him twice again for good measure, and then obviously they made the call. But to your point, Nico, here's how Greg Olsen said about that call.
Worst case scenario, you'll see James Bradbury. They're going to say he grabs him. He's got his left hand on his back. I don't know. Mike, listen, I think on this stage, I think you let him play. Obviously, Mahomes thought he saw it. Just, it changes the entire complexion of how this classic game is going to end.
It was a classic game, and obviously you want to see the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands with a chance for him to get back and tie the game or win the game, but
yeah, you know what?
It was a hold.
The Eagles didn't make a stop. They didn't. They did not make a stop. It's a game of you win offense, defense. You win as a team, you lose as a team. Their defense lost them the game. I know they gave up technically 31 points because the other 7 came off of that fumble recovery. They still gave up 37 points. So the defense. That's what blame. What I always say is it doesn't come down to one play for me. You can't blame it on the refs. You can't put them in that situation, and they did, and they lost for that reason. So I don't blame them, or I don't blame the refs for why the Eagles lost. They lost because their player didn't make enough plays. That's what happened. Not to mention the 3rd and 1 before the fumble, false start. Those are just shooting yourselves in the foot type of plays.
Yeah.
The Eagles definitely held themselves back. 2 things, though. So, and I have to say this as a Saints fan, Anytime I hear people complaining about, the referees,
it's rigged.
They cost us the game, and this call didn't even give us a chance. I'm like, yeah, hi, 2018 NFC Championship.
So you understand the pain.
I do, but that's why it's funny to me, because it was a little like ticky-tack holding call. That's what you're mad at. And if you remember back to that play, I think it was Tommy Lee Lewis. I don't know why Drew Brees is drawn to some guy named Tommy Lee Lewis in that situation anyway. I mean, you got Michael Thomas and Kamara. I never understood that part of it, but this man got trucked. Mm-hmm. He's like 5'6", like 120. I mean, he was flying in the air and stuff. Mm-hmm. Still no flag. And then you had Dan Orlovsky, and I didn't get to load this in, but he was talking about, because Juju didn't react like it was a flag, they shouldn't have drawn the flag. Hold up, because back in 2018, this Tommy Lee Lewis guy just got him and was like, no flag. Like, bro, you got trucked before the ball even got to you. So you can't say a player's reaction tells you it wasn't a penalty. That's dumb. But if you want to say that's the play you're going to decide the game on, the Super Bowl, this classic game on, right, I can see that point, but then I will come back at you and say, if it's the right call, it should be the same in the first quarter than it is in the fourth quarter.
But that's the thing, they're not calling that in the first quarter.
I mean, I don't have all 22 footage, so I can't tell you, but for sure. But I mean,
it's just an unfortunate. Like, I could not care less who won that game. Just don't let it come down to that.
Right.
That was an all-time Super Bowl that got ruined in the last 2 minutes because of that call.
Hey, we can agree to disagree on that. Ruined.
Corey David.
I pray to God this is you.
He finally stopped crying since the Eagles lost.
The former Giant. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bradbury.
We gonna see if this is Corey, but caller, you're on WHPC Sports Talk. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Frankie from Flushing. How's everybody doing?
Frankie, we're good. What's going on?
Good. No, that was a real enjoyable game yesterday.
Yeah, I bet it was.
I mean, I think experience really won out in this game. With the head coach and the quarterback. I think Kansas City could have easily folded down 10 points at the half. Mahomes is hurt, and you got to give credit, I think, to Andy Reid keeping that team together and off the field, from the sidelines, and also with Mahomes keeping the team together on the field. I mean, the dude come out in the third quarter, I think that was like the turning point. He established right out of halftime, they scored, and I think the tide changed right there. I think Philadelphia, I think they were a little too sure of themselves, and when Kansas City marched down the field and scored that touchdown right off the bat, I think they were got in worry mode. They didn't play as well in the second half as they did in the first half, and I think it has to do with experience.
Well, definitely. I mean, the Chiefs definitely had the coaching advantage, especially in the second half. That's when you always see it in football games, which guy makes better halftime adjustments. Sirianni's a good coach, don't get me wrong, but I definitely feel like, not just him either, but the defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, that's a name you're going to be hearing a lot on today's show. He blew it because Mahomes on a bad leg, you ain't stop him one time. The Chiefs didn't even punt in the second half. Straight touchdown, touchdown, field goal.
Right, that's what I mean. I mean, Mahomes came out and he set the tone right away. And I think Philly was back on its heels, and they just, maybe second-guessed themselves. I mean, you could just see the tide turn with, and Philly fought back. Listen, that kid Hurts is unbelievable. I mean, superstar now, future superstar. Maybe a little inexperienced, like the coach was a little inexperienced. I think it had something to do with it, but they're going to, Philly's going to be a powerhouse going forward. I mean, the Giants are in trouble.
I thought you were going to hop up here and say the Giants have a lot of cap space and they got, Saquon Barkley coming. No, I got head shakes.
It's okay, Josh. It's okay, Josh. I already spoke for us earlier. I'm not even going to do too much. Like I said, NFC, we're going to take over real soon. All right, bro. Everybody keeps laughing, bro. Give it a good 5 years.
I wasn't really a Philly believer.
5 years.
I really wasn't a Philly believer all year. I really wasn't. If you look at their schedule, they really, outside of Dallas, they didn't play anybody.
Man, thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah, there was. I mean, I took a look at the schedule who they played. I can't believe how horribly weak their schedule was, and they just they played Dallas. And, I don't even think Dallas was that good, to be honest with you. So Philly had a pretty weak schedule this year. You look at Kansas City. I mean, they've been through the ringer. You had 2 number 1 teams playing each other. And I'm not going to lie. I thought Philly was going to win this game. And after I broke it all down, I'm like, Kansas City's had the toughest schedule. Philly had a weak schedule. Kansas City had an experienced coach. They got an experienced quarterback. They got experience, and the kid Kelsey's fantastic. I mean, the kid, the running back, what's his name? Pacheco. Yeah, I mean, the more I really looked at them yesterday, I'm like, well, this is some team. This is some team. But Philly, they played great. They did. The defense wasn't there, and Hurts was just. You can't win it by himself. The guy, he was just amazing.
Absolutely. That's a great recap of the game. I mean, I agree. Right. I think leading up to it, for anybody that thought, and I know Philly had the better roster on paper, but the schedule, you can't play garbage all year long, and then when you got to face Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, it's all going to be good. And we saw their defense crumble.
Exactly. There was. I couldn't believe, as I looked at their schedule, how weak that was. I'm like, wow, wasn't there one team? I mean, they didn't beat anybody this year.
Hey.
And that includes the Giants. I love the Giants, but let's face it, they were beneficiary of a weak conference, I guess.
That's a great point, Frank. We're gonna let you go, but keep listening because you're gonna like what I'm about to say.
Okay, guys, take care, and we'll talk soon.
Absolutely.
Right, Frankie.
Thanks for the call as always. 516-572-7440 if you want to chime in as well. So I saw this earlier. It's a Philadelphia fraud season recap. That's what it says on the graphic. I don't know if y'all saw this yet, but let's go through the Eagles season. So, week 1, they beat the Lions, bottom 5 defense by 3 points. Kirk Cousins in primetime. Carson Wentz. Trevor Lawrence before he washed all the Urban Meyer stuff away. So, that don't count. That don't really count. Cardinals without DeAndre Hopkins or a kicker. They beat Cooper Rush. They beat the bottom 3 team at the time, Steelers. They struggled against the Texans. They lost to Taylor Heineke at home. Beat the 4-12-1 Colts by 1 point. I remember that game. That was the first red flag. They beat Aaron Rodgers by 1 score, and they broke his ribs in the process. The Packers weren't really that good that year, or this year. Beat the Titans in the middle of the 7-game losing streak. They beat Daniel Jones. That's all it says here. So no love, no love for Daniel Jones. Barely beat the Bears. Lost when Dak dropped 40 points on them. My personal favorite, they lost to Andy Dalton by double digits at home. Damn. They beat the Giants practice squad by 1 score. Remember, we were saying, that's a red flag. You beating Davis Webb by 1 score? What's that? What's going on there? They beat Daniel Jones after using up all his power in the wild card against the Vikings. I like that.
Yo.
They knocked Brock Purdy and the 4th quarterback for the Niners, Josh Johnson, and then they choked a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl. So that's the Eagles schedule. Meanwhile, you look at the Chiefs, Bengals, Bills, all these teams and all those quarterbacks in the AFC had to go up against. And you saw it because they had 70 sacks in the regular season, 8 sacks more in the playoffs. How many last night?
0.
Because when you actually play a good quarterback with a good offensive line and a coaching scheme that they're all about, when Tyreek Hill left, they're like, let's just be dink and dunk, short passes. We're going to Travis Kelce him to death, take our shots with MVS and other guys when we have the chance to, but they get the ball out quick.
Yeah.
That's a big reason why Friday I picked the Chiefs, because Mahomes, if you want to get 70 sacks on Daniel Jones and Carson Wentz and Kirk Cousins, feel free, but those are they're Jags. They're just the guys. They're just a guy. Mahomes is a one-of-one guy.
Yeah.
Mahomes knows better than to hold the ball against the Philly pass rush.
And even when he did, they weren't successful.
No.
So it's like 0 sacks, yes, but to give credit to the D-line of Philly, he was under pressure a lot. It was in the first half, what's that stat? Or they had 5 QB pressures.
Yeah.
So they were around there, but he's magic, Mahomes magic. y'all gotta secure it when you have the opportunity. You can't let a quarterback like this live to see another day. Shoot, and when he had that ankle scare, he came back 10 times stronger, and y'all folded. Like, that was your opportunity to, like, take him out.
Right. You know what? To that point, too, and we're talking about the Eagles' defensive weaknesses now, right? I had to listen to... I hate to throw Corey under the bus. Keep doing it, but, man, on Friday...
No. When you're an idiot on the air, you deserve to get thrown under the bus.
Agreed.
This man said that the Eagles' secondary was going to lock him. First off...
No.
The Eagles had the number one pass defense in the league, right? That's true, but we know pass rush had everything to do with that. When you actually have time to throw, they're barbecue chicken, and we saw that. Mahomes went off. I mean, the stats don't really show it. 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, but that's a 131 quarterback rating. They couldn't stop him. Pacheco, Frankie brought up 15 rushes, 76 yards. That's 5 yards per carry and a touchdown. McKinnon, 9 yards per carry. Mahomes, 7 yards per carry. Obviously, that 26-yard run on the Chiefs' final drive. The Chiefs had 158 yards rushing. And that's the other thing. The Eagles could not stop the run all year long. With that weak schedule, are you kidding me?
I tried to tell Corey that. I tried. I said, it's two things. Their run defense hasn't been that good. And when you get time against them, you can throw against them because their secondary isn't all that. Listen. I tried to tell him, but he didn't want to listen. No, blow up. All right.
And I know they have Darius Slay and James Bradbury. Obviously, you guys know as Giants fans. Good names, right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson led the league in picks, but I was trying to tell people, I watched this man in New Orleans. He's good with the run game. When he's in pass coverage, now he looked into a few interceptions. Good for him. Against a weak schedule again. And also, what's going to happen when Travis Kelce's across from him? What's going to happen when he has to cover guys in the slot like Sky Moore? You saw what happened. You saw exactly what happened. I mean, the Eagles, yeah, they had a great season. They had a great season. I can't take that away, but I am going to take it away a little bit because that schedule was weak. And when it came time to it, playoff time, it was Daniel Jones and Brock Purdy. Now, if people wanted to get fooled by that, be my guest. But this is Patrick Mahomes we're talking about.
I don't know if you saw the Eagles post game. I forgot his name, but he was really the host of the Eagles post game. He was like just cursing out the officials on that last play. How could you decide the last game? And then he was like even like cursing after. I forgot his name, but he was like their post game. They were just ranting on a team that they went to the Super Bowl. Like they just like absolutely tore them apart. It was insane. It is as ranting post game on a television network as I ever seen for a post game.
You gotta love Philly fans, man.
That was so great.
Even going on Twitter and Instagram and like seeing how they were acting, are you good upstairs? Like, are you good? We'll see if this caller's good on WHPC Sports Talk. We don't know if it's Corey still. He still hasn't called up. We've called him out mad times, but caller, you're on. What's going on?
It is not Corey. It is Justin. How you doing, Josh?
What's up, Justin?
Nothing. Just hanging out at Jones Beach. Beautiful day. Listening to WHPC Sports Talk. Doesn't really get much better than that.
Justin, are you in the parking lot right now?
No, I'm walking.
Okay, I was concerned. Because usually people that go to Jones Beach in the winter, they just sit in the parking lot and then they don't go home that day. So I was just...
No, everything's good. I thank you for the concern, though.
Of course.
You guys know I'm an old fart, and I like me some old sports. So where would you guys rank Andy Reid on the coaching, pedestal? Do you put him in the top 5 now that he's gotten to 4 Super Bowls? He's won 2 of them. Obviously, Belichick's better. Lombardi. You could put Bill Walsh there, but I have him probably in the top 5, somewhere with that Don Shula sort of ranking. But do you think if he wins one more, I think he cements himself on the Mount Rushmore of coaching in the NFL. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that, so I'm going to hang up and listen. But you can listen to me tomorrow with WHPC Morning Madhouse, baby.
Hey, we know we're going to be locked in, Justin. We ain't even got to say it.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Thanks for the call, man. That's Justin Greenberg. You can hear him on the Morning Madhouse Tuesday and Thursday. He got a little show called the Radio Rumble on Saturday, so he's doing enough plugging for himself. I got to help him out a little bit. But that's a good question. Ross read my mind earlier in the show, and he read my mind now. I was going to talk about Andy Reid and where he ranks now. Because you've had people before this game, like LaShawn McCoy and Deshaun Jackson. I know it's his former players, but they were like, Andy Reid's the GOAT. I don't care about Bill Belichick. I don't care about anybody else. His play calling, now he doesn't, I mean, he's been to a couple Super Bowls. He lost 2 of them. He lost one when he was in Philly. He's been to 11, 12 conference championships now. Like his resume speaks for itself, but this is a 2-time champion now. Because we can't forget, I know it's a lot of success with Kansas City, but now we can't forget what he did in Philly. Now, he never won in Philly, but he got to 5 NFC championships, took Donovan McNabb to a Super Bowl, had all the success, had all the offensive stuff going on. I'll put him there. I'm trying to think about it, because obviously you got to have Belichick. You got to have Don Shula, maybe. Lombardi's got to be in there. Bill Walsh with the 49ers. With Joe Montana in there?
I put him top 6 right under Joe Gibbs.
Joe Gibbs, too. People forget about Joe Gibbs because he won with formerly the Washington Redskins /football team /Commanders. I mean, but he won with, we're talking about black quarterbacks. The first game with 2 black quarterbacks. He won with Doug Williams.
Yeah.
So, and Doug Williams was a dog, too. I'm not trying to shade Doug Williams, but it's a tough conversation. Mount Rushmore.
One more Super Bowl, he's in there.
Yeah, and that's definitely possible with Mahomes. And I want to see where I wanted to go to now with the Chiefs. How about Kelsey? Kelsey, a top what tight end ever? Because I was watching First Take earlier. They want to slap the GOAT label on him.
I say when it's all said and done, he's definitely top 1. But right now, not yet.
You can't put him over Gronk.
No, I can't put him over Gonzalez.
Gonzalez too. Ooh, yeah. Good people. Man, this is why I say we've lost recipes. Because when people talk great tight ends, you only hear Gronk and Kelsey.
No.
Somebody Google Tony Gonzalez stats real quick. Those crazy.
Kellen Winslow definitely started like the receiving tight end. Like the whole aspect of that too.
Shannon Sharp too. I know a lot of the kids they think LaMelo Ball is a real Melo. They think Shannon Sharp is just a TV analyst. You gotta check that boy's highlights out every once in a while. He was different. He was revolutionary in his own right.
Yeah.
Him and his brother.
His brother was great.
Yeah.
Kelsey to me is top 5 for me, or top 7. I'd at least put him in that category.
Damn, that's kind of, you don't think that's lowballing him, top 7?
No, there's a lot of great tight ends. You got to look at, obviously Tony Gonzalez. That's number 1.
Right.
Again, you could put him top 5. That's fine. But Tony Gonzalez, Gronk, those are 2, I think. You don't really think of many great tight ends. He wasn't, I don't know if I would say he was an elite tight end, but he was actually on that Eagles team. Ertz. He was, again, he's not Kelsey. I get that.
Right.
But he's very good when he in his prime.
Yeah.
Very good. That's the thing you got to look at, too, in their prime. Who's better in their prime?
Right.
You also have to remember the quarterbacks they're with. That's a big thing, too, because, as great as Kelsey is, who's throwing him the football? That's that does factor in.
Yeah, only the guy that's on track to be the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, so it does factor in. Just, I don't know if I think he's top 3 at best.
Mahomes or Kelsey?
Kelsey. I think he's top 3 at best.
Top 3 at best. I can live with that.
Mahomes is, and I definitely wanted to get to this because I know all the Tom Brady slurpers, I call them. They're going to be like, oh, he won 7 Super Bowls. And hold up, because I saw a little stat earlier today. So you're talking about 2-time Super Bowl champion and a 2-time MVP. So it took Peyton Manning, here's the list. It took Peyton Manning 18 seasons to get that. It took Joe Montana 12 seasons. It took Tom Brady, y'all boy, 11 seasons. It took Mahomes 6 seasons. 2 championships, 2 MVPs.
Wow. He's been in the league for 6 years. It's been that long.
And I remember
6 years.
Y'all ready to call him the GOAT?
It's really 5 years too, because remember,
I'm ready.
I'm
ready
to call him the GOAT.
Yeah, I think one more Super Bowl solidifies it, but
I think he gets 2 more. If he gets
2 more, it's definitely got
2 more. You did.
Because think about it. There's a debate, and I know it's NBA. It's a completely different sport, but LeBron James, Michael Jordan, LeBron got 4, MJ got 6. It's a debate now. It's a real debate now. Jordan wins that debate, in my opinion, but It's a debate nonetheless. But if you look at Mahomes, think about it. He didn't even start his first year. It was Alex Smith. 5 years, 2 championships, 2 MVPs. I had
5 AFC championships.
I had his resume. I had his whole resume somewhere. I'm trying to find it. There is mad crazy Mahomes stats actually. How about this? He has the best win percentage when trailing by 10 points.
Minimum 10 games.
Minimum 10 games. So it's Montana at a 370 win percentage. Brady won 38% of the time when he was down 10 points. Mahomes is 58% of the time. So when you're down 10 points, he wins more than he loses. That's crazy. That might be the craziest one.
He definitely gets his flowers. I mean, you can't take that away from him. He's 27. On this trajectory, I mean, he's definitely going to be the GOAT.
Yeah.
I think so. I think we're looking at, and somebody said this, we've never seen and I know Tom Brady won 7 championships, but we've never seen a Jordan of the NFL, I think, when it comes to just ability, how far ahead he was of everybody else. Like, Tom Brady was just a great winner. When it was time to win, it was the fourth quarter, he knew he was going to get it done. But he wasn't, like, worlds above anybody else. He still had Peyton Manning, he had Aaron Rodgers. This dude, Mahomes, think about it. Think about how talented Joe Burrow is. Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen. He's so above those guys. Like, those guys are all on the Hall of Fame trajectory. Mahomes is just like, I'm that guy. Burrowhead? Burrowhead. All right. I'll just go and win these 2 games and get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. I don't know. I'll definitely be rooting for him to get the GOAT title. Just because Tom Brady I just can't.
No. Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT. He's already a first ballot Hall of Famer. So
at 27 years old.
That's insane.
And think about, in today's age of athlete, we saw Tom Brady play until 45. LeBron might even go till 45.
Mahomes just got to play till he's like 37, and
he might not even have to reach 40. Think about that.
That's insane.
Let's switch up because Jalen Hurts, I don't want to forget about him. Here's the scenario last night. So obviously the Chiefs are rolling in the second half offensively. They score 2 straight touchdowns. They go up 35-27. And Jalen Hurts is just like, I bet.
First and goal. They try to shove Hurts over the end zone, waiting for a signal. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles. And now they have to go for 2 for the tie, you would think. The 46-yard pass to Smith sets up Hurts with another rushing touchdown. A Super Bowl record, by the way, for quarterbacks. That's his 3rd. Hurts looking for a block, and he gets there. He's in. We're tied in Super Bowl 57.
It's like, I'll just go down there and tie the game. No big deal. Go for 2-2. Nobody can stop me running the ball. I squat 300 pounds or something like that.
6.
Like, it's too easy for Jalen Hurts.
Say a lot. 600.
600 pounds. Damn,
He had a spot, though. Saquon.
All right, Franz. All right. But Jalen Hurts. The Eagles. Obviously, they got to the Super Bowl. If you look at it next year, we don't know what is going to happen with the offseason, but it's looking kind of weak in the NFC. So can the Eagles get back to the Super Bowl next year or in the near future? Now, mind you, they have a top 10 pick courtesy of my Saints, and I don't want to talk about that, but think about it. They blew a golden opportunity. They had a loaded roster. They had a star quarterback on a rookie deal. I think Hurts is due to make like $2 million next year. He ain't playing for $2 million. There's no way in hell he's playing for $2 million next year.
No, he's not.
He's going to demand the bag, and he should.
Yeah.
So
they're going to be losing guys.
Because they have to pay Hurts, and they're going to lose a lot of guys. They're going to lose Miles Sanders, which, I mean,
Yo, they beat it. This is so enjoyable. Oh man, honestly,
last night
they'll be alright. They'll be alright without Miles Sanders.
Yeah,
there's other guys. I mean, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, they're gonna lose him too. Josh Sweater's gonna want a deal.
Yep. So that roster's not gonna be so loaded anymore.
No.
And you think about it,
they got draft picks, so you don't know what that could turn into.
They got a top 10 pick. Yeah. It's interesting. Obviously, Jalen Hurts. He's got. I think he has the only black female agent. I think her name's Nicole Lynn.
Yo, I seen that post. I wanted to delete Instagram.
Right?
Like, bro, just say it's a female agent that got a quarterback.
She kind of bad though.
She is.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Not bad though.
I swear they got a statistic about everything. Like, first black agent with his left shoe off to sign a deal for Tom Brady. Like, what?
But you know what? I bring that up to say, like, she's not going to mess around because she's like, I have this young man here in Jalen Hurts that just took his team to the Super Bowl when everyone counted him out, had a historic Super Bowl even though he didn't win. No, if Lamar Jackson wants $230 million, Deshaun Watson money, at least $200 guaranteed for Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles got to give it to him because what else do you have? Gardner Minshew? No, they're going to have to give him the bag. So, with that being said, obviously the Eagles roster is going to look a lot different. So, would you bet on them to make it back next year?
I wouldn't count them out. Although the roster's going to take hits.
There's really no other team in the NFC.
This is their conference to lose.
Unless San Fran can do something at quarterback. That's really it.
But I'm saying they're running out of time, though. Like I said, in the next 5 years, they're slowly running out of time.
Oh,
they're slowly running out of time.
Because your Giants are going to next.
Bro. I don't know why I keep laughing,
who's
bro.
going to be our quarterback in 5 years?
DJ. Like, yo, I keep laughing.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
I think that, actually. I really do.
All right, bro.
I think we're going to give him 5 years.
So, you see, this is what I don't like. We go from praising the Giants and saying they're overachievers
We did
to now saying they won't even be making noise in the next 5 years. Okay.
Oh, in the next 5 years, they definitely will. 5 years.
You would
Literally.
hope so.
I hope they will. With Brian Dable.
All right, give me a reason why they won't. Give me a reason. What? Y'all really gonna sit here and say that?
Danny Dimes.
He had no talent around him.
Exactly. Yo, y'all really
You're right.
laugh at the Giants. Laugh at the Giants.
Let's see what he does with some weapons around him.
Y'all tried it.
We're gonna stop laughing for now.
All the signs
Stop
are
laughing.
pointing in the right.
Joe Judge is his coach.
You said that with such confidence.
Bro, I'm super confident.
Yo, France.
We have the coach
We're not
of the
winning
year.
a Super Bowl. I get it, but
I'm not saying exactly. We're not winning a Super Bowl.
I know.
He's turning red over here. Please stop.
So, France, when the Giants in the Super Bowl, just hit me up. I can pull this audio. You can play it to whoever.
Yeah.
Like they doubted me.
France is like 40 years old.
All right. I'm just saying.
I can't with the haters, bro. I'm just gonna say I told you so. Simple as that.
We'll see. But to close out the Super Bowl talk, I think I got to everything.
He's still laughing.
the Eagles losing.
He has to laugh the Packers' pain away. That's what it is.
Pain?
He's hiding. He's hiding his pain behind a laugh.
They've taken everything from me.
This delirious ass laughing is how Aaron Rodgers is going to sound in that house in the darkness retreat. You're just going to walk
really
up to
hope
the
he
house
doesn't
Started
make it
already?
out.
Did he start already?
He started already.
Did he?
I think he did, yeah.
He missed the Super Bowl?
Like Nick Bosa?
No, there's no way he started it already. He was on the Pat McAfee show last week.
I saw something from Ian Rappaport that said something about it. Let me look it up now.
I hope he doesn't make it out of that house.
Damn.
I hope he gets lost and like falls into the toilet and just goes away.
You know, they say being in darkness for 4 days can have psychedelic effects.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's why he's doing it, because he's a drug addict.
So he's in darkness. What is he eating? How is he using the bathroom if it's dark?
You're asking all valid questions.
I just
that no one has an answer for.
That's a crazy man.
He's not going to a
He's
a pitch dark
39.
room. He's just saying this as an excuse to get really high for 4 days. I can guarantee you that.
That's not a bad excuse.
While I try to find the truth on Aaron Rodgers' darkness retreat, let me play some Pat Mahomes Sr.
Oh yes, play it.
So you remember when he said he's smoking that Joe Burrow? Here's what he said about Mahomes beating Philly.
Hey, it was Joe Burrow last week. Philly Blunt this week. It's Philly this week. Philly Blunt.
Philly Blunts.
Nah, listen, he must have really been high at that time because he said last week. That game was 2 weeks ago, bro. Yeah, the pack hitting. The pack is hitting.
Yeah, that. You know that Burrow pack was hitting. I don't know what them Philly Blunts are gonna be like. I know how they get down with
Be a
Philly.
special one.
I really wonder the relationship between Mahomes and his father. Like, it seemed like two different people, bro.
No, they are. You could tell Mahomes has been around his mother's side of the family more.
Bro, like, his pops had to be in the trenches, like, gone for some time and then came back.
Hey, Mets legend. We respect Pat Mahomes.
Oh, the Mets
Sr.
really
over
won
here.
the Super Bowl last night.
They did. They did. No, they had the 2 commercials and stuff.
Rihanna's a Mets fan.
They did it. Rihanna is a Mets fan. Can we talk about Rihanna for a second?
She's pregnant again.
I see why they call I see why they call him ASAP.
Not wasting a damn minute.
He didn't waste no time, bro.
Usually you gotta wait for if you're a woman, you gotta wait for that area to heal. He was just like,
nah,
bro. We ripping the stitches off.
She was giving birth.
Y'all seen Michael Strahan hawk her down?
Yo, I seen that. Yo,
he was trying to get in tune with that. He's wildin'.
I get it though. I personally am A$AP Rocky's biggest hater.
Come on.
I think old Donnie Trump should have left him in Sweden because I'm his biggest hater. I've been saying this for a while. I don't like it.
Why? Because you're jealous?
I am jealous.
You know who was really jealous last night?
Who?
Drake.
Oh, man.
Marvin's wrong.
Chris Brown said "Go Girl" though, so that's.
He did.
I guess they're good.
He's just supporting his ex.
Punching bag, yeah.
See now, you know they say that we're hitting each other.
That's no excuse.
You're right.
She can hit you. That's fine.
You're right. Don't cancel me. Moving on. Let's talk some NBA to close out the show. I know we had the big trade deadline and everything, and over the weekend, we seen the Nets and Knicks roll out some new look teams. So let's start with the Nets. They played their first game with new additions from the KD and Kyrie deal. So you had Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Spencer Dinwiddie. They were all on the court together for the first time. They lost to the 76ers 101-98. Could have went to overtime, but this happened. So that was Dinwiddie's game-tying attempt, but hands were still on the ball when the buzzer went red, and that's a no-no. So the Nets lost, but you look at the starting lineup of Dinwiddie, Bridges, Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Nick Claxton. They had Harden and them in jail. Like, they couldn't get anything going offensively. It's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, Mikal Bridges, 23 points in his debut. Cam Thomas went to the bench, but still chipped in 14 points. Ben Simmons in 16 minutes. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 block in 60 minutes. Wow. It's his team now.
It's his team. Man. Yo, he's sad, bro. Like, that is a sad human.
That's crazy. But look, no, it's not about Ben Simmons. But you see what I said? I said everything's gonna be okay in Brooklyn.
You did.
And the same thing is gonna happen with the Giants. That's it. End of story. That's all I want to say. I'm just Mr. I told you so.
Before they start laughing at you, I'm going to move it along.
You cannot compare that.
No, I can.
You can compare the Knicks, but you can't compare that.
I can. We'll talk about this afterwards. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, yeah, so the Knicks weekend. So they didn't quite make splash moves like bringing in or trading Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, but they brought in Josh Hart. And all the NBA casuals going to be like, Josh Hart? The Knicks are going to stay mid.
Yeah.
Who's this Josh Hart guy?
They still aren't good.
Ross,
are you kidding me?
Ross,
Josh
don't
Hart?
bring that negativity around here.
I'm going to let you finish. I'm going to let you finish in a second, but...
Come on.
Ross. Hey, listen, Josh, you weren't excited about that game?
I thought what you thought.
Wait.
Yo, Franz.
Oh, man.
If you was a different color, I would have looked at you like... Oh, like
nah, chill, bro. I'm not Tony. I'm not Tony.
When we get out of here.
53 minutes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
53?
54.
54. I bet. So Josh Hart with the Knicks, 11 points, 7 boards. He's a demon on the boards. We know that. 4 assists, 4 steals. Post game with Jalen Brunson, he says, "I'm a dog. That's what you're getting to me in New York. I'm a dog." And he definitely showed it. So with that, you bring that in with Jalen Brunson, 38 more points.
Yeah, it was
on 50% shooting. I mean, he's unguardable at this point. Randall, 31 points. RJ Barrett, 20 points on 6 of 15 shooting. Okay, RJ.
That's where he gets his averages from, 20 points a game. Oh, yeah. He averages 20 points a game. He's 22. He just got in the league 4 years ago.
Knicks fans kill me with that he's 22 line.
No, like... When we said Jason Tatum is still 19, we was joking. Like, no, RJ Barrett is 22, bro.
You know who else is 22? John Morant and Zion and Darius Garland.
Exactly.
They're all 22. So I'll leave it there. But Emmanuel quickly, 15 points off the bench. Jericho Sims, Isaiah Hartenstein, 24 boards combined.
That's tough.
I know Josh Hart doesn't move Ross over here, but
he's great. They're not that. They're still like when you change your expectations, we usually pay the price, and it's in a bad way. So I'm never going to do that.
But you
it
know
worked
what?
for the Giants.
He just doesn't want to be sad. That's okay.
Yeah, that's all.
That's okay.
I don't want to be sad. I've been sad enough. They make me sad. It's not my fault. Blame them. I've been to one Knicks game since Melo left.
But you know what, Ross? It's a big game tonight. You know, you got the Nets coming into the Garden.
They always lose to the Nets.
No, there's no Kevin Durant, no Kyrie.
I don't care.
No.
It's going to be worse tonight.
You got the Twins in there. Come on.
Hey, I don't know about that.
I love the Twins.
What's that record with Ben Simmons against him? We're 0-19.
Whoa! Ben Simmons!
0-19.
Josh, me personally.
Okay. Being miserable. Go right ahead.
You know
it's
what?
all
You know
guys.
what? Here's
Ben
the deal.
Simmons really about to drop 50 in the Garden tonight.
He will.
You know that's going to happen.
Stop. No. But I'll make this deal with y'all. Until we beat Ben Simmons, I ain't going to say a word about that man. Until the Knicks actually beat Ben Simmons, who's never lost to the New York Knicks.
Because we're not talking about Ben Simmons.
We're going to come in here tomorrow and he's just going to come up straight. Ben Simmons this, Ben Simmons that. Because you know what's going to happen? They're going to end up winning tonight.
Facts.
Nets? You guys said the Knicks are going to pass up the Nets in the standing. It starts tonight. Starts tonight.
Ben Simmons won't drop 50, but 10 points. Let's go. I'm with it.
We're betting on this? All right, over under 10 points. I'll go under.
He's not scoring 10.
Easiest $3,000 I've ever made.
They better not let him score 10 points.
But 11. They'll let him score 11.
No.
Hey, you know what they say on? They don't say this on Twitter. I'm trying to think what they say. It's if you think you're going to win a championship, don't come to the parade. Okay, there you go. That's what they say about the Knicks.
That's what they say?
Yeah, they say that with every team. It's like if you're expecting a championship and you don't get it, don't come to the parade. So that's my expectation.
But you know what? I came in with all this optimism on the Knicks.
They're playing good.
That was a great game against the Jazz.
It
but
was.
You just crapped all over it.
They're playing better.
He really did.
Yeah, because people now think they're going to be a top 6 seed. They're not. We're going to get swept in the first
Have you seen the Heat's upcoming schedule? If we don't catch the Nets, that's one thing. The Heat are cooked. They didn't make it. No moves. They said we're going to ride it out with Tyler Hero. All right. See how that works out for you.
I'm telling you, bro. Bam dropped 40 right before the deadline ended, and they thought that was the savior. So he gets in the playoffs and starts being Mr. Inconsistent again.
I just don't want to be sad. That's all I'm saying.
You're making yourself
That
sad.
was so real.
You're bringing sadness upon yourself.
So real.
What? How am I doing?
Because Josh Hart just had a great game.
He was.
Knicks just won, had a great victory, and you still come in here and poop on the party.
Pooped on the party.
Party poop.
He's really like the
Party
Braden of the
poop.
Knicks.
Man. We got to deal with Brayton tomorrow. It's like, nah, Brayton, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow, bro.
Yes, I am. They deserve it.
Hey, we'll see how it goes. Nets Knicks tonight. Obviously, this isn't the last we're going to talk about the Super Bowl all week. We definitely got a lot more to get to in terms of the game, but that's going to be a show on WHPC Sports Talk. For Nico Weech, France Compare, Eric Williams, Ross Levine. This is Josh Imahi signing off on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.